Hello and welcome everybody to our Skyrim 100% playthrough. In this playthrough, we will be crafting every weapon item we can. We will be crafting every armor item we can. We'll also be collecting both our armor and our weapons. But as far as what we use, I'm only going to use crafted items. We will be achieving all of the. We will be mastering all the perks. We will be finding every single map marker, clearing every map marker that we can. We will be making every house. We will be getting every book. We will be reading every book, which will turn into an offshoot like shorts and whatnot. This is all inspired by Voices from the Dark. This is actually his Master of Skyrim spreadsheet, which I will be checking off everything on the list. We are playing Anniversary Edition, so there are going to be additional things I'm going to have to check off. We won't be using any Anniversary Edition content items until we can craft said item. So, for instance, if we get the silver armor set, I will not be using the set that you get from the quest. I will have to craft a silver armor set. Same goes with any of the alternative armor sets. We're going to do the quest first before crafting any of them, because with the steel set and the iron plate set, you can just craft them from the very beginning. But we will get the initial set first before we do that. The reason we're not going to be using any of the sets is because they have some pretty overpowered enchantments to begin with. That being said, the only enchanted items I'm going to allow us to use right away without crafting or making them are going to be like necklaces, circlets, and rings. Any gauntlets, they're going to get disenchanted right away. Boots, disenchanted. Any armor pieces will get disenchanted right away. Let's see what else. And as far as like anniversary edition weapons go, um we probably won't be using any of them because they're pretty overpowered. We will be playing this on legendary difficulty. And my other stipulation that I'm going to enforce, that way we can try a whole different bunch of playstyles, is I'm only going to focus on one weapon at a time. So, say we use swords right away. If we die, we will then switch over to an axe, or we will switch over to a mace. That way, we kind of get like full weapon rotations, and it's not just the same old weapon. And as far as spells go, I will not be using any of the starting level base spells. So, for instance, if we chose to be a high elf, you gain fury, you have flames, and you have healing. I can't use any of those three until I have either found or I own said spellbook. So for the class that we're going to choose, which is Argonian, we cannot use flames and we cannot use healing until I have a copy of that spell tome. I'm going to say it's going to be the same for scrolls. I can't use scrolls unless we already know that spell. So, with that being said, let's get started. And I do have a plan for how everything's going to go down as far as who we side with and what we decide to do right away. And if you were to do like this type of playstyle whatsoever, my only suggestion is you can't use an orc for this playthrough just because the orcs gain the ability of already being accepted by the Orcish stronghold, and that takes out like a few different quest options, while every other race has to play through said quest options. So we will be doing every single quest. We will be clearing every dungeon, which like some things aren't considered dungeons, but anything that can get the cleared property, like the Hall of the Vigilant, we're gonna have to clear that before the Dawn Guard DLC starts at level 10. So we're gonna have to do some bad shenanigans, but this will at least clear the location of the Hall of the Vigilant.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric? The Jarl of Windhelm?
Yes, that is the old Ulfric.
They captured you. Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
We will be siding with Ralof to begin with, just so we can get the heavy armor set from the Imperials.
Why do you care? A Nord's last thoughts.
There's only a few things I'm going to be grabbing in the tutorial. I don't want us to be over encumbered, because we will not be heading to Riverwood right away.
Sure, Mara, Dibella, Kinnarev, Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
It's always such a long carriage ride when you're like excited to play the game.
And it looks like the Dalmor are with them. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this. This is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here.
Hopefully,
Wonder if Vilod is still making that mead with juniper berries.
I can see if we can pick up that item.
Funny. When I was a boy, imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
And as far as item goes, I will be crafting every meal, every potion. I'm not going to be doing the hoarder goal of collecting every item. I want to collect all the books. I want to collect all the armors, all the weapons,
End of the line.
all enchantments, of course. I think that's it. We have to kill every different animal type, so
God's waiting for us.
No, wait, we're not rebels.
Face your death with some courage.
and of course we will be mastering all of the perk trees. As far as playstyle goes from beginning, since we're going to be on legendary difficulty, I'm going to focus on conjuration and illusion to begin with. Conjuration to help us get through some sticky corners with some Atronox, some Bowden weapons. Illusion to get our enemies to fight each other, which will be super helpful to begin with. And
Rebel, you can't do this.
we will, of course, be using alchemy quite a bit,
You're not gonna kill me.
because there are a few different potions that I plan to use right away.
You there. Step forward.
especially with these higher level people.
Who are you?
Okay, we are going to go Argonian for their Hiskin ability, and I really don't see too many Argonian playthroughs on YouTube for the most part. Let's go. Yeah, let's go you. I like you. I'm not gonna really change him up too much because I like how he looks already. You're just gonna be Jack Blackmarsh. Jack, and as in Jack of all trades, and Blackmarsh is where Argonians come from, usually.
One of the Riften dock workers, Legandary. Captain, what should we do?
But I chose Argonian because they don't have any elemental resistance, and their power that they get is called the Hiskin, which helps you regenerate health. So if we ever get into a bind where I really need health and I need health quick, that's going to help us tremendously. They also don't have, there's really like no, besides alteration, there's no buffs to magic right away to begin with the Argonian. They're more of like the sneaky type. So we're really going to have to actually level up in the main places I want to level up right away.
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them
If I could honestly set all my stats to 1 without screwing up the achievements, I would totally do it. Because I think a 0 to the best type playthrough would be so much fun.
Come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. And you say the same.
you Imperial bastards!
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the lizard!
They are always so racist to like any of the other classes besides Nord.
Next, prisoner!
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
Is another reason like I choose Rayloff all the time, because you get to take that lady out right away. So I mean that's always super nice because that lady's a pain. I do enjoy Hadvar, but
What in oblivion is that?
and you will notice a couple times throughout the playthrough we will have kind of jumps in level, as in going back in levels, because I'm going to have certain hard save points so we can break up and do each branch of each different quest. So for instance, if we're doing the Civil War, I'm going to have a hard save point before whichever faction we choose first. That way we can revert back to that save point after we beat the whole Civil War as, let's say, the Stormcloaks. Then I can go back to that beginning and do it all over again with Imperials. Same thing goes with the Dawn Guard. We'll end up saving right before we end up introducing or getting introduced to Lord Harkin. We'll save right before that. That way we can either accept the vampirism or we can reject it. So there will technically be like three different runs for the Civil War, because you have each side, and then you have you chose not to do the Civil War whatsoever, so you get to do the peace treaty. And there will be just 2 different ones for Dawn Guard, and I'm pretty sure those are like the only
We'll meet again.
the only ones that give you branching options, or yeah, branching options like that.
We're the only ones who made it. That thing was a dragon, no doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times. We better get moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off.
And once again, as far as using armor we will take anything that we can't craft. So, you can't craft, I don't believe you can craft fur boots. I know you can't craft the Stormcloak cuirass. But I'd have to check if you can craft fur boots. I know you can't craft any other type of fur armor. So, of course, we'll be using that. Let me make sure we are on Legendary difficulty. We are... I thought about doing survival mode, but I don't like the carrying capacity limit. And I think we'll save survival mode for like other challenges. And honestly, another good thing about picking the Argonian is that we have a base damage of 10 to our fists, not as good as the Khajiit, because the Khajiit has, it's either 12 or 15 as the base damage, or no, they have, don't come at me right away, go after Ralof, no. Yeah, see, this is the damage of Legendary difficulty. Ralof, get him. No, fuck you. Lady, fuck off. Ah, Ralof. Okay, cool. We're focused on Ralof. We got this now. Claw attack, let's go. See, man, like, we're doing decent damage. We're not doing stellar damage, but let's take one of you guys out. We also won't be doing any, like, we won't be doing any exploits. We won't be power leveling anything besides bashing for shields. So we won't be power leveling spells, so we won't use Muffle to power level Illusion. We won't use Soul Trap to power level Conjuration. We won't use Mage Light to power level Alteration or Telekinesis to power level Alteration. We won't be using the Unbound Storm spell to power level Destruction. We won't be doing the sneaking tutorial glitch or like, or you know, the just using one-handed on Ralof the whole entire time, stuff like that. We won't be abusing any of that. I will be getting as much vegetable soup as we can, just because the mechanic of vegetable soup works how it's supposed to work, and I need these people to leave me the fuck alone. So there's, of course, a few things that we need to immediately get from the tutorial, which is any of the ingredients and the starting bow, all arrows that we can get, because you cannot craft a longbow, a hunting bow, or the imperial bow. So let's grab one more set of armor and weapons for selling. Grab those. Apples are kind of good. They're not the greatest. Salt pile's good. Nothing in there. Get the rock wobbler eggs for both. I think it's healing or else it's damage magic origin.
Done? Let's get moving.
And then, of course, we will grab the mage armor and, well, not the mage armor, but the mage hood and the mage robes that are in here, along with the shock spell. That way we can have a destruction spell right away. I will also be grabbing the torturer's hood, because you cannot craft a torturer's hood. And of course we have to grab all the books that are in here. So let's just grab all the stuff from him. Him wearing leather armor, he doesn't really carry that much. The Brief History of the Empire Book 2. The Brief History of the Empire Part 1.
Wait a second. Looks like there's something in this cage.
Let me grab some of those lockpicks. We got more lockpicks now.
Might need that gold.
Grab that one. I believe the Book of the Dragonborn is probably going to be the first book we decide to read.
Once we get out.
Just because there's like some good history behind it. Okay, lockpicking. Let's get this done. There we go.
Useful, and let's go.
Okay, take all his stuff, and we are actually going to read the Spell Tome of Sparks. And we are going to put on the Novice Hood and the robes for now. We're just doing all the lockpicks to get any experience that we can. It doesn't really matter too much. But any and all experience is good. Because I don't believe locks reset as in like you being able to regain experience from them. Besides the locks that are in the Thieves Guild. Because those reset because they're supposed to be practice locks. So those reset so you can constantly regain lock picking experience that way. Almost all my spells are going to be favorited just for the fact of that way I know what spell we learned and we have the book for already. So if you saw we didn't favorite flames or we didn't favorite healing yet.
General some time.
Okay, and hopefully we can... Once again, we're going to pick up any and all arrows we can because the longbow is going to be one of our main weapon sources until we get enough crafting materials to craft our own weapons. So, give me his... We're going to take a longbow now because Ralof doesn't give us a longbow until the... Ralof doesn't give us a longbow until we take out the bear. So, and I would like a longbow to have during the frostbite spiders. Okay, I do believe another set of weapons that we can grab and use right away if we run into it, is any of the ancient Nord stuff. Because I know you can upgrade it to... Oh, you screwed up my... Oh, you screwed up my kill cam. I know you can... Okay, what? We're at 167. Let's just take all the Imperial stuff, because we do need... We need to be able to make money right away, so we do need to sell some of this off. The reason we're not wearing the Imperial set is I know once you upgrade to steel smithing, you can make Imperial armor. Or at least you can make certain sets of Imperial armor. So that's why we grab one set of each, and we grab the Stormcloak armor as well, because I know for sure you can't craft the Stormcloak armor. You can only upgrade it. So, I mean, it might work good for some immediate... Try to get some sneak in. And as far as like weapons go, it's probably going to be archery and one-handed for the most part. And I will only be using bound weapons until probably Dwarven or Elven level smithing. Okay, where are you at, Rayloff? Rayloff, where'd you go? This is where you gotta be careful, because frostbite spiders will screw you, like, will mess you up on these lower levels. Like that. And I currently don't have any healing besides potions, and I don't know where Rayloff is. Silly Rayloff. Woo! Don't jump at me. Don't jump at me, spider. Rayloff, where'd you go? I'm gonna try not to become level... I don't want to hit level 2 beforehand, because I don't know if the Juniper Berries is right at level 1 when you come into Helgen, or how that works for you to be able to get the mead with Juniper Berries. Oh, you're still right there. I thought you ran away, because... But that might not work, because we are getting sneak attacks, and... Ooh, you're a naughty spooder. That is spooder. Dude, Rayloff, where are you? But I mean, this shows our prowess. Oh, no. That was almost bad. Come here, Spooder. Spooder. Come on, it's only me. Oh, see, that's a bad thing. Ooh, that is super bad. That is why spiders are super dangerous, because that was a horrible amount of poison. Our life flashed before our very eyes. Okay, cool. We're gonna make sure we get every poison from the spiders, because, like, we need it. Is going to be very, very helpful. Watch out for any just random set of bones, because they can hurt you. Some of the corpses have some lockpicks. Other ones are just skeevers. We are grabbing the spider eggs because they are great for fortify archery potions, and they are good for damage magicka regen potions. And Rayloff should be over here. Because he's supposed to give me more stuff. We need to make sure we pick up the Blackbriar Mead. Just due to the fact of we need it for the All of Falkreath before level 9. Before he sends out the missive to the courier. Okay, let's go find Rayloff. Dude's supposed to be helping me with this stuff, and apparently he's lost. It's kind of hard to have a 100% playthrough if you don't have part of the game. Oh, the droid didn't even do the thing. What the hell? Well, good thing he didn't do the thing, because now I can get Rayloff. Never had that happen before. Come on. Now you should come in and be all blah blah blah. Yeah, there it is. I was like, what the hell? Silly Rayloff. Rayloff, what are you doing? Come on. God, you are slow today. I don't know what you're complaining about. You didn't do anything this time. Come on. But yeah, you can either get a longbow from any of the Imperial soldiers that are wearing light armor, or of course, he'll end up giving you one right here, wherever the hell he is. Come on. Because this teaches you the sneak mechanic.
Hold up. There's a bear just ahead. See her? I'd rather not tangle with her.
Well, we're gonna tangle with her because I would like...
Watch where you step.
I would like her pelt. Because her pelt gives me 4 armor. Or not 4 armor, but 4 leather. The bear claws give me both damage, magicka regen, and a fortify one-handed. So if you do bear claw and canis root, you get a fortify one-handed potion, which can be very useful. Okay, and this is where we decide to not do survival mode. And guys, that's gonna end it for episode 1 as we escaped Helgen. So be sure to drop a like, drop a follow, and I will see you guys in the next one.